This is Valley News Live at noon.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a first alert weather day, and we're continuing to track storms moving through the valley. The rain made the morning commute a bit messy in the metro, with tons of puddles forming, kind of like in this video you're seeing behind me. There's also a chance for a severe storm, so let's go to Lisa Green to see what we can expect. Hey, Lisa.
Good afternoon. We have an update on that severe weather chance too today. We are talking the threat for severe weather spreading even further into the valley here. Here's a look outside right now. You can see the rain coming down at the Luther Family Ford Skycam, and a look at our severe risk. You can see this yellow area. If you've been watching since this morning, we have it now expanded to cover just about everywhere in the valley, meaning all of us essentially are at a greater risk for some severe weather going on into the afternoon hours. We've got that low moving northward and that spin going on with it, and the potential for all types of severe weather, hail, wind gust, and on top of that, can't rule out an isolated tornado in addition to the heavy rain that we've been getting in some spots. And it's been quite interesting to watch that on our Skycam. Here's a look at our scattered rain and thunderstorms going on as we head further into the afternoon. We'll zoom into the Southern Valley first, an area in Fergus Falls that's been trying to get going, and then down toward just toward the west of Lidgerwood, Wyndmere, and then back up to Fargo Moorhead. Another little line here with some heavier rain associated with it. We've got one more bout moving through Fargo Moorhead right now. You can hear it on our rooftop here at the studio, and then continuing to move into Clay County into Norman County and Trail County as well, and then expanding the view. You can see Northern Valley, we had some heavy rain move through, and then now there's some areas where we have some pockets of heavier rain, but also some breaks in that too. One area I'm watching, we've got some clearing skies here on our satellite view. You see these darker gray areas. We are seeing some of that start to fill in as clouds develop, but this is an area where we're going to get some heating, and that could lead to more instability as it moves into southeastern North Dakota. So we're going to keep an eye on that area. One other issue is with that heavy rain, especially in urban areas where we don't have a lot of places for that water to go, the threat for some flash flooding, a flood advisory in effect for Grand Forks and East Grand Forks and some surrounding areas. Much warmer to the south and east. We've got some 80s in our eastern counties right now, and then up to the north and west 61. So when you've got that big of a difference, we know something's got to give, and we have that chance for some severe again going into later today. And temperatures, this is about what we expect, same into the afternoon hours. Not much changing in that regard, but those storms about to ramp up some more into the afternoon. And I'm going to track that out for you coming up in your hour-by-hour planner. We'll take a look at just how much more rain we can possibly expect as well in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, on to breaking news this afternoon. The chiropractor and Navy veteran accused of murdering 4 people in Mandan has been found guilty. The jury found Chad Isaak guilty on 4 counts of murder, burglary, and other charges. The state argued that Isaak entered RJR maintenance and management and brutally stabbed and shot 4 employees. Isaak did not react when the guilty verdict was read. In the courtroom, family members of the victims broke out in gasps and sobs. Isaak now faces life in prison without parole. Well, Minnesota GOP chairwoman Jennifer Carnahan has resigned after growing pressure from party members following the sex trafficking indictment against a Republican strategist and major donor. Carnahan announced her decision last night during a closed-door meeting at the GOP headquarters in Edina, which received a 3-month severance worth roughly $38,000. She was under fire for her personal ties with Anthony Lorenzo, who was facing 10 federal sex trafficking charges. Carnahan and Lorenzo hosted a podcast together and were often seen together socially, prompting many within party to call for her removal. Carnahan denies having any knowledge of Lorenzo's alleged criminal activity. Well, North Dakota State University students are set to come back to the campus tomorrow. Resident staff are helping NDSU students unload their belongings from their cars and bring it to their dorms. They're asking you to not leave your car unattended when unloading. Now, this day is used to not only place you comfortably into your new room, but to connect you with new friends as you make your journey away from home for the upcoming school year.
So we know it's an emotional time for the families, so we don't want the move-in process to be a stress for them. We want to kind of set the first impression that we're here to not only provide that roof over their students' head, but also that we care about who they are.
Move-in day will go from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon tomorrow. The full list of Welcome Week activities can be found on our website, valleynewslive.com. Well, children may be feeling a bit anxious as they get ready to head back to the classroom, and experts have some helpful tips for parents to make the transition smoother. Long periods of isolation can create anxiety, and many kids may be worried about making friends. Experts with the Baylor College of Medicine suggest practicing their social skills. Try role-playing certain situations, like how to introduce yourself. Get kids outside for some exercise if they are stressed out, and limit their screen time and be an example. If you create a calm environment, your kids are less likely to feel anxious. Last year's virtual environment left many kids with an unobstructed sleep schedule, so getting back into a regular routine could be challenging. Baylor experts suggest establishing an earlier bedtime several days before school starts, then have them wake up 15 minutes earlier each day so they can adjust gradually. They also recommend parents help kids wind down without screen time for at least 30 minutes before bedtime. Well, just a week after being chosen as the new host of Jeopardy, producer Mike Richards is stepping down. This comes after past sexist and anti-Semitic comments surfaced online. In a note to Jeopardy staff this morning, Richards said that moving forward as a host would be a distraction and, quote, not the right move for the show. Richards was chosen to be the successor to Alex Trebek, along actor Mayim Bialik, who will MC the show and its spin-off series. Well, your morning cup of coffee could be costing you more. Coming up at noon, we'll tell you why and how it could add up. And we saw a good bit of rain earlier, but of course it's happening now and it's not over yet. Lisa Green has your look at your weather on this First Alert Weather Day.